Brian Basinger will work with you to see when rebalancing your investment portfolio may be appropriate. Investment counseling since 1854. Securities offered by JJB Hilliard, WL Lyons LLC, member NYSE, SIPC, and FINRA. Investing in securities involves risks.
Good morning, everybody. 7 minutes after 6 o'clock, we're waking up with it's a chilly 21-degree temperature reading. You know, that's, I guess we'll call it warmer than where we have been, but it just feels bone-chillingly cold out there this morning. And first things first, let's check in with Ray Stajic at the Weather Channel. He says if you think it's cold now, wait till the morning of New Year's.
Not much relief from the cold today, tomorrow, and even colder air coming in for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. New Year's Day actually may be the coldest of the next 7 days. Clouds mixed with sunshine this morning. A cloud-sun mix in 36 this afternoon. The average high is 47. Tonight, 24. We'll see the sky cloud over. Saturday, cloudy and cold, 34. And that reinforcing shot of cold air comes in Saturday night with a low near 10 degrees. Sunday, partly cloudy, highs only in the mid-20s. We're going into the single digits New Year's Eve. So at night, bitter cold air in. Plenty of sunshine New Year's Day, highs low 20s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. It's cold out there this morning, 21 degrees. Let's see, the barometer has dropped to 30.40. Humidity is at 76%. West winds at 4 miles an hour. And we have 21 degrees air temperature-wise this morning. I haven't calculated the wind chill, but it's about 7 degrees or so. Pretty chilly. Let's get round one of local news on the air. Let's go to the newsroom live and WCLU News Director Angela Briggs. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Henry. The woman found deceased in the parking lot of Elmore Realty yesterday morning has been identified as 42-year-old Kelly Sawyer of Glasgow. Sawyer's address is listed on Oil City Road. Her body was found around 6:30 yesterday morning when Glasgow police received a call from a passerby saying they believed they had found an unresponsive female in the parking lot of Elmore Realty on the corner of Oil City Road and West Main Street. Glasgow police did respond to the scene. Foul play, according to Glasgow police, is suspected. The body will be transported to Louisville to the medical examiner's office for an autopsy. Glasgow police say the investigation is ongoing. And Wednesday morning around 8:30, Glasgow police responded to the southeast side of the square in reference to a reported accident with injuries of vehicle versus pedestrian. When officers arrived at the scene, they discovered 54-year-old Jeff Job of Glasgow was attempting to cross South Green Street when he was struck by a 2001 Honda Accord driven by 25-year-old Kara Dickerson of Glasgow, which was traveling east on Washington Street. Job was transported by ambulance to T.J. Sampson Hospital, where he was treated for injuries and later released. Officer Justin Claywell investigated the accident, was assisted by Officer A.J. Rees, Glasgow Fire Department, and Barron Medcalf EMS. Cape City police say they will be conducting traffic safety checkpoints beginning December 30th through January the 1st throughout the city. During the checkpoints, officers will be enforcing laws related to driving under the influence, licensing of motor vehicles and operators, registration and insurance violations, seatbelt and child restraint violations, as well as motor vehicle equipment violation. You can tune in, or you can log on to WCLU later on this morning. We'll have that complete list of roadblock locations online. The Kentucky Public Service Commission has ordered for-profit utilities to track their savings under lower corporate tax rates that take effect Monday, paving the way for those savings to be passed on to customers in the form of lower electric, gas, or water rates. In two orders issued Wednesday, the PSC, or Public Service Commission, noted that investor-owned utilities recover their federal tax expenses from the ratepayers. Under the federal tax law enacted earlier this month, the corporate income tax rate will decline from 35% to 21% next year, substantially reducing the tax burden on for-profit, investor-owned utilities. One of the two orders in response to the complaint filed by the Kentucky Industrial Utility Customers, an organization that mostly represents large electric customers in rate cases, filed a complaint arguing that the rates of four utilities would no longer be fair, just, and reasonable as required by law. The PSC now has ordered four utilities, Duke Energy, Kentucky Power, Kentucky Utilities, and Louisville Gas and Electric, to respond within 10 days of the complaint and to begin tracking their tax savings. All provide electric service, while Duke Energy and LG&E also provide natural gas. Right now it's 6:12 a.m. on this finally Friday morning, 21 degrees.
At U.S. Bank, just picture what you can do at a low home equity rate. Cook up a new kitchen, say I do to the perfect wedding. If you can picture it, you can do it with a U.S. Bank home equity line of credit. Apply today at your local U.S. Bank. Visit usbank.com. Go ahead, bring your dreams to life. You've got the strength of U.S. Bank behind you. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank member FDIC, equal housing lender.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
At Air Care Heating and Cooling, you always
buy for less. Buy for less. We'll have you rocking and reeling when you see our dealing, and you'll buy for less.
That's right, you'll be rocking and reeling and rolling out with a brand new Amana heating and cooling system when you call Air Care Heating and Cooling today. You'll always get the best service and quality when you buy for less at Air Care Heating and Cooling. Don't be tricked into paying high prices. At Air Care Heating and Cooling, there's never any pressure. We'll get you the best and you'll buy for less. That's what everyone really wants, so get the deal you want today from Air Care Heating and Cooling.
We'll have you rocking and reeling when you see our dealing, and you'll buy for less.
From Air Care Heating and Cooling, call them at 651-8780. That's 651-8780.
In more local news, I sat down and spoke with Hart County Judge Executive Terry Martin to look back over the accomplishments of the Hart County Fiscal Court during the past year. We've got Judge Executive Terry Martin on the phone. How you doing, Judge?
Doing great, Angela.
Now, every year you send out basically kind of like a year in review.
Yes, ma'am.
And I got your year in review, and one thing I've noticed is the amount of grant funding that you're able to secure for Hart County. Is that something that you guys actively seek out, or does it land in your lap?
No, we try to apply for grants that kind of relate to some of the things we're trying to do during the year, and it just so happens that we're very fortunate in getting some of it.
Now, what's one of the biggest accomplishments of the fiscal court this past year?
This past year has been a good year for Hart County, and we had applied for grant funding, like you said earlier, about the Green River College and Career Academy, and with the Hart County and Caverna school system, we were able to secure over $3 million of our $5 million project, and so we're really excited about that. It's mainly to get our employees. We're always looking for people with looking for jobs, and it's mainly to get trained employees in the future. We feel like that the future of employment in our county would be in the high school, and so with this Green River College and Career Academy that's supposed to open up in December of 2018, we feel like that we can supply our manufacturers with the jobs that they need.
But now, one thing that I have noticed also about you guys in Hart County is that you're not just recruiting people for regular jobs. These are good paying jobs you guys are giving training for and then putting them to work.
You know, really over the last couple years, employers are paying career salaries now and career wages in our community. I mean, we used to worry about it being $10 an hour, you know, back 2 or 3 years ago, but you needed a living wage. But now all of our employers now are over $10 an hour, and we've got them working up to $16, $17 an hour starting out, and if they have special training, then they can work up higher than that.
And just when I thought I had seen the light at the end of the tunnel when it came to wrapping up the I-65 construction, it seems like that you guys have secured funding for even more I-65 construction.
Well, that was a project that started. We had a meeting in Cave City probably about 10 years ago, 8 or 9 years ago, and at that time they were only doing like 2 miles. They were only letting out for bids like 2 miles at a time, and finally they let the thing out 10, 15, 20 miles at a time. And in Hart County, we've got 26 miles of interstate. And so we're happy to see that that has been accomplished. And hopefully by November of next year, I-65 will be 3 lanes on both sides, north-south, from Indiana to Tennessee line. And that's really, really great for the truck traffic.
And now you guys did not see a tax increase in the county taxes this year?
But right now, with our employment in the county, we've been able to keep our taxes, property taxes, at the same level. We do have an occupational tax, and that has increased every year with the increase in employment that we have in the county. So that's one of the fortunate things we have in Hart County, is that our employment has increased, and therefore we didn't have to really increase the property taxes over the years.
But county employees did see a raise this year?
The county employees did. Each one of our budget items that we approve each year in the sheriff and the jail and the road department, county clerk, county attorney, all of our different areas of our budget, they saved some money over the years, and we've been able to roll that money over. And so last year we were able to give, for this year, a 5% raise for our employees.
You know, I cover a lot of meetings in a lot of different areas, and one thing I can say about the Hart County Fiscal Court is you guys, when you come out, you are absolutely a unified front. Is that something that's done deliberately?
You know, it has been great to work with those guys on the court, because we do have the vision of the future and for our citizens, and everybody seems to think forward, and when we do that, good things happen. And most of the time, we're in agreement on things we like to do for the county, and it's been a great pleasure working with them, because they call me when they have concerns, and we try to address those concerns for the citizens, and it just seems like we're clicking on the right page and moving things forward.
Well, thank you so much, Judge Martin, for the wrap-up of 2017, and we can't wait to see what happens in 2018.
Okay, we're very, very excited. I do want to add, Angela, that on January the 7th, on Sunday night, on Up TV, there is the movie Runaway Romance, which was filmed in Glasgow and Hart County. It will be premiering on a Sunday night on Up TV, and I'd like for all the people to watch it, because they go by the ratings. As you know, the ratings help these movies move forward, and this is the first in a series of 3 mini-series that three parts that George Shamal from American Cinema International is going to do, and he's coming back in March to do the second part.
Now, are you in this movie?
I have retired from acting since Uncommon Grace, so I'm not in the movies anymore. But I mean, there are places for future stars, such as Angela Briggs. And, you know,
I'd be afraid Ricky Alvey'd show me up.
Even the TV crew, you know, the TV crew and the radio crew that y'all have. You know, you can be in the movies in the future.
Folks need to be careful talking to you. You'll have them hemmed up in something in a minute.
Yeah, maybe you and Henry can be in the part 2, because it's going to be filmed around Glasgow and Bowling Green.
I'll see if I can't get that arranged.
Okay, that sounds great. Thanks, Angela.
Thank you so much, Judge.
Happy New Year.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Right now it is 6:21 a.m., 21 degrees.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. The widow of a former Louisville Metro lawmaker is being selected to run in a special election to fill the remainder of his term. Rebecca Johnson is nominated by the Republican Party of Bullitt County to fill the seat in the Kentucky General Assembly left vacant by her husband's death. State Representative Dan Johnson took his own life after publicly denying allegations of sexual assault involving a teenage girl. Bullitt County Democrats have nominated Linda Belcher. She held the 49th District legislative seat until she was defeated by Johnson last year. A special election to fill Johnson's seat is set for February 20th. Shelters across the state are offering relief to homeless people looking to get out of the cold temperatures.
Wayside Christian Mission in Louisville, which normally sleeps about 300 people a night, offered shelter to 600 Louisvillians on Wednesday. Rakita Smith was one of those people and tells WLKY,
"It's a blessing. It feels good to actually be able to come in and sleep on a mat or a bed, whatever, just to be indoors and not be outside."
Shelters are declaring a white flag warning, meaning temperatures have dropped below freezing and they're not turning anyone away. I'm Haley Hansen.
In Corbin, First Baptist Church gives the homeless a warm meal, toiletries, and a hotel voucher. This weekend is a big one regarding Kentucky sports. The 7 and 5 Cats are mixing some fun and fundamentals as they prepare for today's Music City Bowl in Nashville. Kentucky will take on Northwestern out of the Big Ten, played at Nissan Stadium. Head coach Mark Stoops discusses the competition.
Northwestern, just a very good team. They're very methodical in what they do. They do not beat themselves. They really put, stack together good plays and just play sound, fundamental football in all phases.
This is UK's 5th appearance in the Music City Bowl, the first school to play in the game 5 times. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Would you like to choose when you pay your electric bill? With EPB iPay, you can. iPay allows you to draft money into your electric account online or at our office. The myusage.com website lets you keep track of how much electricity you're using and lets you know your current balance. When your account's getting low, you can get reminders to add more money to your electric account by text or email. With iPay, there's no due date, no late fees. Sign up for iPay at the EPB office at 100 Mallory Drive.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's
lost a loved one, or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
Local news time from WCLU is 6:26. We have a temperature reading of 21 degrees, and a cold weekend is forecast. We'll check in with Ray Stajic in a couple of moments here on WCLU. In area funeral announcements this hour, Pamela Jean Wilson Scott, 67, of Burkesville, died Wednesday at the Medical Center of Bowling Green. She is survived by her father, Junior Wilson of Glasgow, her husband, Dale Scott of Burkesville, her son, Derek Scott of Burkesville, and her brothers, Rick Wilson of Indiana and Dale Robert Wilson of Salina, 5 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. Services for Pamela Jean Wilson Scott will be Saturday at noon at the Norris New Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Dutch Creek Cemetery. Visitation begins this afternoon at 4 p.m. Mr. Todd Anderson, age 48, of Burkesville, died Monday at University of Louisville Hospital. He is survived by his mother and stepfather, Virginia Riley and Bill Carr of Burkesville, his fiancée, Alicia Cope of Burkesville, Siblings Tammy Martin of Byrdstown, Tennessee, Mandy Likens of Burkesville, Casey Anderson of Deckard, Tennessee, Tracy Davis of Bowling Green, father and mother-in-law Lane and Ellen Cope of Burkesville. Services for Todd Anderson will be Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock at Norris New Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Lewis Cemetery in Cumberland County. Visitation begins at 4 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. Contributions can be made to the Norris New Funeral Home at Box 335, Burkesville, Kentucky. Helen Lucille Hale, age 70, of Cave City, died Wednesday at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital. She was a homemaker and a member of the Caveland Church. Survivors include a son, William Hale, Jr. of Greensburg, a brother, Robert Earl Johnson of Cave City, 4 sisters, Jenny Young of Jacksonville, Florida, Libby Winchester of Park City, Louise Davis of Glasgow, Dot Cross of Griderville, 5 grandchildren, Eric Hale, Angela Kerr, Alicia Hale, Anthony and Andrew Phillips, and 5 great-grandchildren. Funeral services for Helen Lucille Hale will be at 1 o'clock Saturday at the Bob Hunt Funeral Chapel in Cave City. Burial in the Highsville Cemetery. Visitation at the funeral home will be today from 4 until 8 p.m. and on Saturday after 9 a.m. until time for services. Flora Mae Powell, age 81, of Rockfield, died Tuesday at Greenview Hospital. A member of the Christian Life Center and a member of Eastern Star, she was a retired housekeeper at Greenview Regional Hospital. Survivors include 2 daughters, Rebecca and Brenda Powell, 2 sons, Earl Powell Jr. and Zachary Powell, 1 sister, Peggy Harris, 7 grandchildren, and several great-grandchildren. Services for Florine Mae Powell will be at noon Saturday at Hardy & Son Bowling Green Chapel. Burial in Mount Olivet Cemetery. Visitation after 10 o'clock on Saturday. William Bill Boards, age 58, of Bowling Green, died Wednesday at Greenwood Nursing Home. He was a truck driver for various moving companies, and he was a member of the Pleasant View Baptist Church, an avid WWE wrestling fan and a sports fan. His survivors include his father, Charles Boards, 3 children, Shanna, William, and Michael Donan, 3 sisters, Gloria, Alice, and Valerie Boards, and 1 aunt, Myrtle Moore. 9 grandchildren also survive. Services for William Bill Boards will be at 1 o'clock Tuesday at the Pleasant View Baptist Church. Burial to be in the Plainview Cemetery. Visitation after 10 o'clock Tuesday. Arrangements by the Hardy & Son Funeral Home. Bernadine Voigt, age 89, of Burkesville, died Friday at the Cumberland Valley Medical Center. She was a retired employee of Johnston Cookie Company in Milwaukee and of the Catholic faith. Survivors include her best friend, Don Bartosevich of Burkesville, 2 children, Kevin Voigt and wife Lori, and Janice Penterix and husband Greg of Wisconsin, 1 sister, Ruth Hart, 4 grandchildren, Rachel Stemberger, Jason Tekaver, and Nicholas and Ryan Voigt. 5 great-grandchildren also survive. Services for Bernadine Voigt will be at 1 o'clock today at Ballou and Stott's Funeral Home. Burial in the Burkesville Cemetery. Services for Barry B.K. Burns, age 67, of Kessinger, will be at 11 o'clock Saturday at Seagull Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Oak Hill Cemetery at Cub Run. Military honors provided by the Disabled American Veterans of Glasgow. Visitation begins today at 3 p.m. and after 9 a.m. Saturday at the Seagull Funeral Home. Funeral services for Kenneth Leon Christie, age 81, of Glasgow, will be today at 1:30 at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Shiloh Cemetery. Service for Joanna Hudson Can, age 97, of Burkesville, will be today at 1 o'clock at the Broadway Missionary Baptist Church in Litchfield. Interments to be in the Broadway Church Cemetery. The Patton Funeral Home is in charge of those arrangements. Services for Mary Ann Sadler Blakely, age 63, of Mount Juliet, formerly of Gamaliel, will be today at 1 o'clock at the Gamaliel Methodist Church. Burial will follow in the Gamaliel Cemetery under the direction of the Yoakley Tribble Funeral Home. Services for Susie Imogene Wright, age 79, of Cave City, will be today at 1 o'clock at the Wynn Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Cave City Cemetery. Services for Gerald Edward Young, age 75, of Tompkinsville, will be at 11 o'clock today at the Oakley Tribble Funeral Home. Burial is to be in the Neal Cemetery. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day, free at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
Only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Everyone wants to know when McRib will be back, including Jamie, who shared that you must answer its call.
Jamie, McRib is back. You posted, and we answered.
McRib is back. Answer its call for a limited time, only at McDonald's.
Nothing comes before coffee.
How can I help you, gentlemen?
That's why we're introducing a whole new line of espresso drinks from McCafe.
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
BR Tire.
Playing a game after a loss. You're playing a game after Christmas. Let's see how we perform.
Cal also taking time to compliment Louisville interim coach David Padgett, saying he's put the Cards in a good position.
The tape I'm watching, I think David's doing a great job with this team. He's putting them in great positions and situations, and they've had a lot of battles, and most of them they've won. A couple of them they should have won.
Padgett says if Louisville is going to make a run this season, that will mean point guard Quentin Snyder will have to continue to work hard to improve all aspects of his game.
You know, Quentin's just so vital to our team. I mean, every time he has the ball in his hands, you know he's going to make the right decision. I mean, he just understands how to play the game. He's played a lot of basketball. I mean, he's been point guard, MVP point guard ever since he was at our camp 12 years ago.
The Cats and Cards tip off just after 1 o'clock Eastern time today, and just a little over an hour after the Kentucky-Louisville game will likely end, Kentucky plays football against Northwestern in the Music City Bowl. At 7-5, UK coach Mark Stoops says getting that 8th win is important for the program's success.
I think it's very important to get the 8th victory. You know, each and every game is so important, so valuable when you're only guaranteed 12. So, you know, getting the win would be good, especially with not ending the season the way we'd like.
Kickoff is set for 4:30 Eastern time this afternoon. Louisville's bowl game is tomorrow. The Cards will face Mississippi State in the Tax Slayer Bowl in Jacksonville. U of L will be without 2 big names on the defensive side of the ball in Jair Alexander and James Hearns, both of which announcing this week they will skip the game and enter the NFL draft. Kickoff for the Cards and Bulldogs will be at noon Eastern time tomorrow down in Jacksonville. In women's college basketball, Kentucky has lost again, this time to Middle Tennessee, 62-57 in Murfreesboro. The Wildcats now have an 8-6 record. Meanwhile, the 3rd-ranked Louisville Cardinals eke one out in Atlanta, topping Georgia Tech 74-71. Guard Asia Durr scores 38 points for the Cards. U of L remains undefeated at 15-0. The Tennessee Titans will try to secure a playoff berth on Sunday when they welcome the division-winning Jacksonville Jaguars to Nissan Stadium. The Titans will earn a wild card berth with a win or losses by both the Bills and Chargers. Tennessee was tripped up at home 27-23 last Sunday by the Rams to fall to 8-7. Jacksonville had their 3-game winning streak snapped at San Francisco to slip to 10-5, but still clinched the AFC South. The Jags lost the first meeting 37-16 in Week 2. I'm Josh Everett.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
6:36 now at WCLU, and we have a temperature reading of 21 degrees. Let's turn to local sports. First of all, in action from yesterday in girls high school basketball action, Allen County Scottsville defeated Lecanto, Florida, 54-9. Monroe County over LaRue County, 52-41. And the Edmonson County Lady Wildcats over Jeffersontown, 62-24. In boys action from yesterday, Todd Central fell to Allen County Scottsville. It's Allen County Scottsville losing to Todd Central. Todd Central 59, Allen County Scottsville 50. It was Caverna 66, Nelson County 48, Hart County 89, Portland Christian 68, Jeffersontown 63, Edmonson County 56, Berea over Metcalfe County 84-61, and Metcalfe County over Beth Haven 64-40. And boys action, a doubleheader Christmas tournament wrapping up there from yesterday. Yes, we have activity today. We have in high school basketball tonight, Glasgow hosting Barron County for a 15th District girl-boy doubleheader at Scotty Gym. The girls play first at 6 o'clock. You can join Joe Myers, Larry Alexander, and Bruce Tribune for live coverage of both games, beginning at 5:50 on Light 102.3 on 1490 WCLU and online at playwcluradio.com. A special event this evening before the tip-off between the hours of 5 and 7 p.m. There's going to be a joint chili dinner held tonight in advance of the Glasgow-Barron County basketball games. They're also going to have an auction as well tonight. Proceeds from the auction and from the chili dinner will go to the family of Spencer Bradley. So come by and participate in that and show your love tonight before the ball game at Barron County High School. Another girl-boy doubleheader. Edmonson County welcomes Franklin Simpson. In boys action today, Allen County Scottsville hosts Russellville. Monroe County continues their participation in the Meyer Holiday Classic at Bowling Green High School, and Caverna faces Shelby County at Nelson County High School. Girls games, Allen County Scottsville continues play at home in the South Central Bank Halton Classic, and Monroe County plays another game in the Banker Hardwood Classic at Russell County High School. That's a check of local sports.
BR Tire wants you to arrive at all of your holiday events safely. So please remember to schedule your tune-ups and repairs. And don't get stuck with a flat tire when you know you need new ones. See BR Tire in Glasgow and Bowling Green and let their experienced mechanics take care of you and your vehicle. Let's all have a safe and happy holiday season. And remember, nobody keeps you rolling like BR Tire. On Lovers Lane in Bowling Green, West Main Street in Glasgow.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Brad Bailey and the Barron County PVA staff. With the Christmas season comes the PVA office listing period. At this time until March 1st, all property owners that have built new buildings, additioned, purchased property, or have had a change in address should visit the PVA office. If you are 65 or disabled, you may qualify for a homestead exemption. So please visit your PVA office on the second floor of the Government Center. Merry Christmas from Brad Bailey and the Barron County PVA staff.
There are so many special things about the holiday season.
And we
from
answer
our
the call.
friends to
We
our
know
family,
that's
to
what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us.
on Scotty Drive in Glasgow.
Well, we got everything squared up weather-wise, and I mean sports-wise, but we really need to spend a little time talking about the weather as we head into the weekend here. We actually have Ray Stajic, who's been looking at the way the weekend is shaping up, and it's going to be a brisk sort of a New Year's holiday. Ray?
Clouds mixing up with sunshine as we head through the first part of the day, and cold morning and a cold afternoon, and the cold is not going anywhere. If anything, it gets colder into the new year. Cloud sun today, 36. Tonight down to 24 degrees with an overcast sky late. Saturday cold and cloudy, 34. We should be in the upper 40s, right around 47 this time of year. And that next Arctic front's through and we clear the sky Saturday night, drop to 10 degrees. Sunday partly cloudy with a high of only 25. Single-digit lows for New Year's Eve and into New Year's Day morning. And then during the day on New Year's Day, mostly sunny, highs only in the low 20s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick, a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Well, it is sort of a wintry time, and we seem to be capturing the best of that here as we head into the New Year's holiday. We have a pressure at 30.40. Humidity is at 76% this morning, and the winds are out of the, the southwest at 4 miles an hour. Pressure's at 30.40. It's 21 degrees at WCLU this morning. 6:42. Coming back, birthdays, and then the archives.
You have one
Hi, I'm
hour.
Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination.
We have the birthdays, but right now I gotta find the theme song of the birthdays. Ralphie's Fun Center is looking forward to spending the weekend with you, and let's just see what all we have in the way of birthdays today. First of all, this is Friday, and so on Friday I've got a bunch of fine folks who are celebrating birthdays today, including Trey Doty. Kinsley Blakely is 2. I'm sorry, it's Kinsley Blakey. Kinsley Blakey is 2. John T. Smith has a birthday. Charles Charlie Simmons is 17. Carol E. Nunn. Andy Dooney Hayes Jr. Christopher Garman is 11. Becky Devers. Amber Bell with a birthday. And your Aunt Shirley called up, Amber, to wish you a happy, happy birthday. We have Tony Bybee with a birthday. Lakeisha Haskins. It's the big 21 today, the big 2 and the big 1 for Jonathan Bunnell. Patsy Matthews has a birthday today. Now, as we shift over here to Saturday, Miss Sandra Heltsley celebrates a birthday. Donna Ray. Naomi Edmonds is 88, and Dalton Johnson is 22 on Saturday. Anniversaries, the golden anniversary for Vicki and Marla Davis, the big 50. Teddy and Carolyn Lane, and Vicki and Bruce Jones, number 36 for the Joneses. And then on Sunday we've got Darla Hester, Betty Barrick, Steve Robertson, Denise Wells, Judy Loden, and Wayne Wilson with a birthday on Sunday. Is that what I have? Yes, but the lines are ringing off the hook, and we'll catch up on those in just a moment. Thanks to the good folks at Ralphie's Fun Center.
It's crazy, right? My husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy. But that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next, because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
Legendberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Legendberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Legendberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good, he'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility.
Let me see here. Tell me about it.
It's for Sunday.
Okay.
Wayne and Simra Shelton.
Wayne and Simra Shelton.
Yep, having an anniversary on Sunday.
Okay, all right. It's a shame I dropped every ink pen I have in the floor. But
That's
I
okay.
can remember that.
I've got it written down.
Okay, all right. Good deal. Let's get the archives on the airwaves here and make sure that we go down memory lane. You know, this is going to be a fun day in the archives because of the fact that we have the final day of archives for the month of December. It's been a tremendous month.
It has been.
And we're going to learn all about it after this from the sponsors of the archives today. I'm talking about Tony Hogan Health Clinic and by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services.
Wow! Can you believe Christmas is here? It's the magical time of year we all look forward to with twinkling lights, beautiful decorations, and the celebration of the very first Christmas. From my family at Tony Hogan Health Clinic to your family, we wish you wonderful blessings this Christmas season and the happiest new year.
A local radio service of Royce Radio Incorporated, WCLU FM, Munfordville, Glasgow. We're Light 102.3.
15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto? No problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
All right, Angela.
All right.
I got to roll back over here and get the archives.
Yes.
It's just been, it's hard to get both feet working today.
It is hard. It's hard to get everything working together.
That's right.
You know.
It's 21 degrees out there. That has a lot to do with giving us a little bit of pause as we try to.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of 21. Like I'm not like woohoo, 21 degrees.
Well, Monday morning, what, 7, 8, 9, somewhere in that range?
I didn't like that either.
See how big of a fan you are then.
Not a fan of that either.
All right, 100 years ago, we're wrapping up the archives, and I was preparing for today yesterday. Boy, we have had so much interesting news in the archivist over there. Ray Green, Gail Berry, Miss Sherry Wesley, and of course we benefited from the research of Miss Mary Jones today, this month rather, and we're going to miss her, but I'm telling you what, we are still benefiting from the information that she has gone through in the archives. So why don't we go?
Let's go.
1917, this day, every city and rural mail carrier in the U.S. will be a salesman for war savings stamps in the campaign which opened yesterday under orders issued by the Post Office Department. Carriers will be supplied with saving stamps and urged to solicit along their routes. Now that's a big shift for rural mail carriers. You know, I don't think they signed up to be salesmen.
No, I don't think
they
so
signed up
either.
to be deliverymen. But hey, trying to make sure that we have the money to support our troops.
Right.
Also in 1917, I asked John Rogers about this yesterday to see if he knew about it, and he was able to tell me with some research about the Dorcas Society.
A what?
DORCAS, the Dorcas Society.
Okay.
I think this is the Dorcas Society of the Christian Church here in Glasgow. Held its annual bazaar on December the 11th and the 12th, and apparently they did good. The Dorcas Society goes way back into the 1600s, I think it is, and they're a group that does charitable things to support those less fortunate.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently they have a great history there. The Dorcas Society in 1917. Let's go ahead and wrap up 1927. Mr.
Okay.
W.G. Nunn of the Roseville country killed a hog a few days ago, which weighed 462 pounds.
Goodness. That's a lot of bacon.
At 8.5 months old. It was a spotted Poland China hog. Can you beat it? Question mark. The writer writes.
No, but I'll come over for dinner.
That's right. Well, breakfast for several days, I think. 462 pounds. Mr. W.G. Nunn at Roseville.
It's a whole lot of hog.
Making bacon.
Seriously.
All right, this day in 1937, the Barron County pupils make good grades. In a recent 8th grade examination in rural schools conducted by Superintendent Maxwell Ritter, 248 pupils throughout the county entered the exams. The highest grades were made by Ruth M. Bridges of the Beckton School, of which Edith Bertram is the teacher, Geneva Lafferty of Amity, Mrs. Nick Stull is the teacher, and Ernest Hume of Temple Hill, Mrs. Maxwell Ritter, and Mrs. Lucy F. Ritter, the teachers. So they gave a test to see how good 8th graders were doing, and sounds to me like they were doing pretty good.
It does.
Also in 1937, this day, the WPA Commercial School, of which Mrs. H.C. Morrison is the head.
Commercial school?
Well, it's the WPA Commercial School. Of course, the WPA was a big part of our history because it was what President Roosevelt started to help rebuild the country as we were getting out of the Depression.
Okay.
So the WPA, I think it's the Work Progress Administration, they had a school for a commercial school so you could learn how to, make money. They were going to enroll new classes January the 3rd. The new pupils may be registered from that date up to the 15th. Old classes will proceed as they were before the holidays. And the Mrs. Morrison at once. School is located in the Yancey building over the Watson store in downtown Glasgow. The WPA Commercial School.
So they weren't looking for like commercial actors. It was like work.
No, they were looking for people that,
can build roads and bridges.
Well, we had a depression. There weren't any jobs.
Right.
And there wasn't any money.
Right.
And there wasn't any way to get a job.
Right.
So that you could get money.
Right.
So the WPA came up with a lot of neat ideas. I know a lot of things around here built by the Work Progress Administration. The one I always think about is down in Russellville. It's the high school football stadium. It's called Ray Stadium. Real pretty stadium with a lot of architecture and a lot of artwork on it, and that was built by the WPA.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, and got them a good football stadium out of that deal. All right, 1947. Here's news from Edmonton.
Okay.
Mr. and Mrs. Rollins Sullivan of Nashville visited Mr. and Mrs. J.M. Sullivan last week. Rollin is, of course, better known as Oscar of the team of Lonzo and Oscar, as heard on the Grand Ole Opry.
Right.
But he came home to Edmonton to visit with Mr. and Miss J.M. Sullivan back in 1947. Some big names. There was a lot of competition here in theaters with the Trig and the Plaza in 1947, and they were trying to get some big names to attract a big crowd. 1947, here's at the Plaza, Friday and Saturday, Ronald Reagan and Shirley Temple.
Well.
In That Hagen Girl. Never heard of the movie.
I haven't either.
Sunday and Monday, Cary Grant, Myrna Loy, and Shirley Temple will star in The Bachelor and Bobby Soxer.
The Bachelor and Bobby Soxer.
That's right. So come on out and, enjoy these shows with some big names here at the Plaza Theater in 1947. And a little New Year's story here out of 1947, Angela. Once again, we greet the New Year in the traditional manner. with pealing bells, with fun and gaiety, laughter and music. Despite his ingenuity, man still persists in watching the old year out and greeting the new year in almost the identical manner of his forefathers. In that same identical manner, we extend our traditional New Year's greetings to you. May health, happiness, and prosperity be yours today and throughout the new year. This actually was an advertisement that was placed by the store known as the Fair Store, F-A-I-R, the Fair Store, and it has a nickname of the Thrift Corner.
Well, there you go, the Thrift Corner in the Fair Store.
Sound like they were thoughtful folks who ran that. 1957, this week, Daniel B. Corman, general manager of South Central Rural Telephone Cooperative, is in Washington, D.C., attending a conference of the Telephone Advisory Committee of the Rural Electrification Administration.
Ooh, it's a long
time. It is. I don't know if it fits on a card or not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Mr. Corman is the chairman of the 18-member committee appointed by the administrator of the REA. That's a big appointment for Mr. Dan Corman. And, of course, back in 1957, the business of, getting telephone service to folks way out in the boondocks was difficult. But Mr. Corman and the staff at SCRTC, they made it happen, no matter the difficulty.
Right.
And in 1957, Roger Lyons is moving his plumbing establishment from its present location on North Green Street in the former G.H. Bowles & Son building at 537 West Main Street, where it's going to be known as Lyons Plumbing and Heating instead of the Ross Firm. The firm will be in position to give much more service. The phone number will be the same as the present. So call him up out there, Roger Lyons, at Lyons Plumbing and Heating. 1957, they'd probably be getting a lot of telephone calls, this time of the year to make sure that everything was working. Pretty much.
I would say so.
And Sam Terry, our resident expert on all things that are interesting.
I'm going to need you to call him a super expert.
That's right. Well,
all
the
capital
super
letter,
expert.
all capital letters in super.
He said Glasgow's fine example of a WPA project is the music hall up at the Liberty Street campus.
Really?
Now, I didn't realize that was by the WPA, but I can tell you it's a great facility up there and has been home to, that building has been, of course, has a gymnasium in it, but it also is used as a music hall, a classroom. Had been used for administrative purposes, and it's not a halfway built building for sure. That's why it's still in operation today.
There you go.
So thank you, Sam, for sharing that, sir. Also, we have, let's see, did I finish up? I think I did. So I'm going to go to 1967. We've got stories. This was one, there are certain stories that just get bantered around everywhere.
Right.
The UFO reported seen in the Austin community has been found to be the U.S. Weather Bureau temperature device.
The what?
It was the U.S. Weather Bureau temperature device.
Okay.
Sounds like a thermometer to me.
It has to me, too.
But it had been earlier reported as a UFO down at Austin.
Oh, my gosh.
3 youths saw the remnants of a balloon parachute and a cord in a tree while hunting together on Christmas Day. What is that, a crashed UFO?
It's aliens.
Could be. It was a temperature device.
See, this is a sign. After we all three agreed that ancient aliens would make the best neighbors.
Yeah.
Here they are in the archives.
They are moving down to Austin.
There you go.
Good choice. All right, 1977, a couple of things here in the news. Wanda Pritchard Garrett has been promoted to supervisor of savings at New Farmers National Bank. And also in 1977, Temple Dickinson is among the 9 Kentucky candidates under recommendation for nomination as a Rhodes Scholar.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Temple is one of I don't think I met anybody else that can understand complex legislation and cite it back to you.
Well, and that's a big honor. That was you just didn't get nominated for anything.
I've never seen anything like the way
you had to be smart, and that was quite a great accolade for Temple back in 1977.
Henry, I got to chime in here and say that Angela, That doesn't have anything to do with that guy that lives next door.
It does too. It's aliens.
All right.
I'm not saying it's aliens.
They moved to Austin.
That's fine.
I mean, yeah, Austin.
Yep.
1987, Telescripts Cable collected presents for children employees. I'm sorry, hold on. I left a period out there. They don't have children employees at Telescript Cable. Let me read the thing.
Are you saying they've got those sweatshops where they work kids?
Telescripts Cable collected presents for children, period. Employees Elwyn Owens, who's a system manager and who was a wonderful fella, and Clarice Martin, who was the business manager, and John Bowles of the JCs worked on distribution of the toys back in 1987, collecting presents for children.
So there was no child slave labor?
No, that's right.
Okay, just clarifying.
I didn't want to imply anything else. This day in 1997, the girls' basketball news reports the Trojanettes defeated Caverna 71-37, and the Greene County Lady Dragons down Metcalfe County 61-39. Fast forward here, a couple of hospital things. This day in 1997, T.J. Sampson Community Hospital joined the Barron Metcalfe Ambulance Service Board of Directors. So they were all working together to provide good health care and emergency service for sure. And then on that very same day in that very same year, Caverna Memorial Hospital broke ground for a $2.7 million expansion and renovation.
Well, there you go.
1997, this day, Edgar Polson celebrated his 101st birthday. And also this day in 1997, it was an advertisement for the real After Christmas sale.
Not the fake one.
No, 50% off at Watson's. As far as I can tell, that's a wrap on history.
Well, there you go.
The archives. And a great big thank you to all the folks down at the Cultural Center who continue to inspire folks to appreciate our history. And we look forward to rolling in here in the new year with some information that will be very much appreciated and very much enjoyed. And the archive, sponsored by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services, and also brought to you by your friends at the Tony Hogan Health Clinic.
And I also want to let folks know that I just gotten a message about there was a wreck last night in Heistville, and a gas main broke. A helicopter landed somewhere. I think it's all tied together. So I'm going to try to get the details of exactly what happened last night in Heistville.
Okay, well, you work on that, and we'll look forward to hearing the information that you get.
We can do it.
704.
Those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
You will regret refusing to give your life in trust and obedience to Jesus Christ. Judgment Day is coming. The Bible says in Acts 17:30 and 31, God's commanding all men everywhere to repent because he's fixed a day in which he will judge the world in righteousness. 2 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 10, godly grief produces a repentance that leads to salvation without regret, whereas worldly grief produces death. Hebrews 10:22, let us draw near with a true heart in full assurance of faith, with our hearts sprinkled clean from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure water. You'll regret refusing to submit to Jesus. This has been Bart Warren for the South Green Street Church of Christ.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lesenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902. Hi, I'm Fred.
1 degrees this morning at WCLU. We are coming right back to play trivia, and somebody is going to win a chance to go to Extreme and enjoy some of the extremely popular things that they have going on and coming up there at Extreme. So look forward to that. Who's going to be the final winner for the month of December? 651-9149, 800-956-1023. A little end-of-the-year trivia question here for you today. In our sister city of Glasgow, Scotland, they'll celebrate the new year with a centuries-old celebration called what? 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. Celebrations are all over the world, but in our sister city of Glasgow, Scotland, they're celebrating the new year with a centuries-old celebration for the New Year's holiday. You know the name of that one? 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. You can study that. If you've been to the Glasgow Highland Games, you'll be very familiar with this particular term. Let's go to the phone. Hello, Trivia.
Is it Hogmanay?
That's what it is. Who is this speaking?
Rich Everett.
Rich, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Now, let's see, Rich is Everett. Is that Scottish last name?
I don't believe so.
Okay, all right. Because you said it pretty good. It's the pronunciation is Hogmanay, and you did real good on that, Rich Everett.
Well, thank you.
What do you know about that?
Not much. And some of the Scottish don't like it.
Yeah. It's like I say, it goes way, way, way back, and
it's a Presbyterian deal, I believe.
Yeah, and they, you know, they really aren't sure the origin of the term, and they're not really sure what the original intent was for it. But so now, just about anything they do to celebrate the New Year is a part of Hogmanay. All right, Rich. If you'll come by here, you can celebrate being the final winner in 2017 on Trivia.
Thank you, Henry.
And we'll send you out there, and you can enjoy going to Extreme and seeing all the special things that they have, too, sir.
Okay.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
Rich Everett. Yes, that's right. It's Hogmanay. That's the name of the New Year's celebration in old Scotland, going back to the 1600s. I think it is. We'll play on Monday and see what we can come up with as far as a winner. Join us. And thanks to the good folks at Extreme. Tabernacle of the Air is back. Yes, the Tabernacle of the Air, started by Reverend Kenneth Grizzle back in 1952, is returning to WCLU with Brother Eric Guffey, pastor of Grider Memorial Baptist Church. Tune in every Sunday morning starting January the 7th at 7:30 a.m. for Tabernacle of the Air.
CBS News Update. On a frigid night in New York, flames ripped through a 100-year-old apartment building.
I just wake up to a bunch of smoke and that's it, man. The whole building was on fire.
New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio calls it the worst fire in the city in 25 years.
Based on the information now, I'm very sorry to report 12 New Yorkers are dead.
WCBS TV's Rena Roy with details on the victims.
We are now learning this morning from police that 4 of them were children, 2 of them baby girls, just 1 and 2 years old. Another was just 7. The oldest victim was a 63-year-old woman.
CBS's John Schumo has more from the Bronx.
The New York City Fire Department Commissioner Dan Nigro described this fire as historic in its magnitude. 12 dead, 4 critically injured. The cause remains unknown.
A fire at the Happy Land Social Club, also in the Bronx, killed 87 people in 1990. CBS News Update. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
This is WCLU Glasgow, WCLU FM Munfordville, W253BN Glasgow. Services of Royce Radio Incorporated.
I'm Jared Pursley.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo-Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo-Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo-Lessenberry Insurance, growing with a proud community since 1902.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Family from the Bailey Gibson family. Merry Christmas.
This is Terry Bonnell with the People's Bank. On behalf of myself and the staff, Sabrina, Terry, Amy, Melinda, Amy, and Melissa, I would like to say thank you to all of our customers for your business in 2017. We appreciate you and the relationships we have formed over the last year and look forward to working for you in 2018. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the People's Bank. Working for you, member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Sandy Kerr of Glasgow is proof that dental implants from Dr. Jim Thurman and Glasgow Dental Care are appropriate at any age, particularly with the kind of problems she was having.
You cannot eat. It's hard to talk. It's very uncomfortable. You know, you lose all your confidence. You can put up with it if you have the nerve. You know, I didn't. I'm still young.
And sometimes it can be downright scary.
We went to a wedding in Orlando at Walt Disney World. In riding one of the rides, I realized that I couldn't scream because my teeth would fall out. So I had to grit my teeth so they wouldn't fall out.
So Sandy began the implant process with Dr. Thurman, and the process had a positive effect on her.
I do not regret doing it. I learned so much, and the people and associates out there are great, friendly, offer to help you any chance they can. They're just family now.
The bottom line is,
it changes your life completely.
Call for an appointment at 270-651-5939. Glasgow Dental Care. Doctors Thurman, Cassidy, and Riley. 13 minutes after 7 o'clock. Let's go ahead and move forward and get our 7 o'clock morning edition underway. Live in the newsroom, here is News Director Angela Briggs. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Henry. The woman found deceased in a parking lot of Elmore Realty yesterday morning has been identified as 42-year-old Kelly Sawyer of Glasgow. A passerby had seen what they believed to be a body in the parking lot of Elmore Realty. They're on the corner of West Main Street and Oil City Road. They arrived at the scene about 6:40 a.m. yesterday morning, where Glasgow police found the body. Her address is listed as Oil City Road. Glasgow police also say that foul play is suspected. The body was taken to T.J. Sampson yesterday morning and then will be sent on to the medical examiner's office for a complete autopsy. And the Kentucky Public Service Commission's ordered the state's for-profit utilities to pay attention to their savings under the new federal law tax plan. The commission wants those utilities to track their savings under the new lower rate that takes effect Monday. The intent is to pass those savings on to ratepayers of electric, gas, and water. The Public Service Commission said in a news release the new corporate rate will decline from 35% to 21% next year, substantially reducing the tax burden on for-profit investor-owned utilities. The utilities affected by the order include Duke Energy, Kentucky Power, Kentucky Utilities, Louisville Gas and Electric, Atmos Energy, Delta Natural Gas, Columbia Natural Gas, along with Kentucky American Water and Sewer Corporation of Kentucky. Wednesday morning, Glasgow police responded to this square around 8:30 on the southeast side in reference to a reported vehicle versus pedestrian accident with injuries. When officers arrived at the scene, they found that 54-year-old Jeffrey Job of Glasgow was attempting to cross South Green Street when he was struck by an 01 Honda Accord driven by 25-year-old Kara Dickerson of Glasgow. Dickerson's vehicle was traveling east on Washington Street. Job was transported by ambulance to T.J. Sampson Hospital, where he was treated for his injuries and later released. Officer Justin Claywell investigated the accident, was assisted at the scene by Officer A.J. Rees, Glasgow Fire Department, and Barron Medcalf EMS. Cave City Police will be conducting traffic safety checkpoints beginning December 30th, lasting through January the 1st throughout the city. During the checkpoints, officers will be enforcing laws related to driving under the influence, licensing of motor vehicles and operators, registration and insurance violations, seatbelt and child restraint violations, as well as motor vehicle equipment violations. This morning, WCLU will be putting a list of those possible checkpoint locations on WCLUradio.com. Right now it's 7:16 a.m., a brisk 21 degrees.
At the Glasgow EPB is on Facebook and Twitter. Be the first to know when the EPB makes improvements such as new channels or new services. Wondering what's going on during an outage? The EPB provides constantly updated information that you can receive via Twitter on your cell phone. Plus, learn great new tips to lower your bill. On Facebook, just search for Glasgow Electric Plant Board and click the like button at the top right. On Twitter, search for the Glasgow EPB, then follow us and have updates linked to your cell phone. The Glasgow EPB, bringing you the future fast.
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
BR Tire. We're always on call, and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Nothing comes before coffee.
How can I help you, gentlemen?
That's why we're introducing a whole new line of espresso drinks from McCafe. Nothing comes before coffee.
How can I help you, gentlemen?
That's why we're introducing a whole new line of espresso drinks from McCafe.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Why the name Fire?
In more local news, if you're looking for a job, well, an opportunity to find one is coming up next week.
Dollar General Corporation will be hosting a job fair at the Holiday Inn in Glasgow, Kentucky, located at 208 Wall Street, behind the McDonald's in Glasgow, on January the 3rd from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. They will be conducting on-site interviews.
And as 2017 comes to a close, I spoke with Hart County Judge Executive Terry Martin to look back at the fiscal court's accomplishments over the past year. We've got Judge Executive Terry Martin on the phone. How you doing, Judge?
Doing great, Angela.
Now, every year you send out basically kind of like a year-end review.
Yes, ma'am.
And I got your year-end review, and one thing I've noticed is the amount of grant funding that you're able to secure for Hart County. Is that something that you guys actively seek out, or does it land in your lap?
No, we try to apply for grants that kind of relate to some of the things we're trying to do during the year, and it just so happens that we're very fortunate in getting some of it.
Now, what's one of your biggest accomplishments of the fiscal court this past year?
This past year has been a good year for Hart County, and we had applied for grant funding, like you said earlier, about the Green River College and Career Academy, and with the Hart County and Caverna school system, we were able to secure over $3 million of our $5 million project, and so we're really excited about that. It's mainly to get our employees. We're always looking for people with looking for jobs, and it's mainly to get trained employees in the future. We feel like that the future of employment in our county would be in the high school, and so with this Green River College and Career Academy that's supposed to open up in December of 2018, we feel like that we can supply our manufacturers with the jobs that they need.
But now, one thing that I have noticed also about you guys in Hart County is that you're not just recruiting people for regular jobs. These are good paying jobs you guys are giving training for and then putting them to work.
You know, really over the last couple years, employers are paying career salaries now and career wages in our community. I mean, we used to worry about it being $10 an hour, you know, back 2 or 3 years ago, that you needed a living wage. But now all of our employers now are over $10 an hour, and we've got them working up to $16, $17 an hour starting out. And if they have special training, then they can work up higher than that.
And just when I thought I had seen the light at the end of the tunnel when it came to wrapping up the I-65 construction, it seems like that you guys have secured funding for even more I-65 construction.
Well, that was a project that started. We had a meeting in Cave City probably about 10 years ago, 8 or 9 years ago, and at that time they were only doing like 2 miles. They were only letting out for bids like 2 miles at a time, and finally they let the thing out 10, 15, 20 miles at a time, and in Hart County, we've got 26 miles of interstate, and so we're happy to see that that has been accomplished. And hopefully by November of next year, I-65 will be 3 lanes on both sides, north-south, from Indiana to Tennessee line, and that's really, really great for the truck traffic.
And now you guys did not see a tax increase in the county taxes this year?
But right now, with our employment in the county, we've been able to keep our taxes, property taxes, at the same level. We do have an occupational tax, and that has increased every year with the increase in employment that we have in the county. So that's one of the fortunate things we have in Hart County is that our employment has increased, and therefore we didn't have to really increase the property taxes over the years.
But county employees did see a raise this year?
The county employees did. Each one of our budget items that we approve each year in the sheriff and the jail and the road department, county clerk, county attorney, all of our different areas of our budget, they save some money over the years, and we've been able to roll that money over. And so last year we were able to give, for this year, a 5% raise for our employees.
You know, I cover a lot of meetings in a lot of different areas, and one thing I can say about the Hart County Fiscal Court is you guys, when you come out, you are absolutely a unified front. Is that something that's done deliberately?
You know, it's been great to work with those guys on the court because we do have the vision of the future and for our citizens, and everybody seems to think forward, and when we do that, good things happen, and most of the time we're in agreement on things we like to do for the county, and it's been a great pleasure working with them because they call me when they have concerns, and we try to address those concerns for their citizens, and it just seems like we're clicking on the right page and moving things forward.
Well, thank you so much, Judge Martin, for the wrap-up of 2017, and we can't wait to see what happens in 2018.
Okay, we're very, very excited. I want to add, Angela, that on January the 7th, on Sunday night, on Up TV. There is the movie Runaway Romance, which was filmed in Glasgow and Hart County. It will be premiering on a Sunday night on Up TV, and I'd like for all the people to watch it because they go by the ratings. As you know, the ratings help these movies move forward, and this is the first in a series of three miniseries three parts that George Shamal from American Cinema International is going to do, and he's coming back in March to do the second part.
Now, are you in this movie?
I have retired from acting since Uncommon Grace, so I'm not in the movies anymore. But I mean, there are places for future stars, such as Angela Briggs. And,
I'd be afraid Ricky Alvey'd show me up.
Even the TV crew, the TV crew and the radio crew that y'all have. You can be in the movies in the future.
Folks need to be careful talking to you. You'll have them hemmed up into something in a minute.
Maybe you and Henry can be in the part two because it's going to be filmed around Glasgow and Bowling Green.
I'll see if I can't get that arranged.
Okay, that sounds great. Thanks, Angela.
Thank you so much, Judge.
Happy New Year.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Right now it's 7:27 a.m., a brisk 21 degrees.
Fit Spirits, because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
TJ Regional Health,
who is running on the Democratic side and once represented the 49th District. A federal judge rules the Kentucky lawyer who went on the run in a more than $500 million Social Security fraud case must forfeit property put up for bond.
The judge ruled that Eric Kahn violated the term of his bond. Among property Kahn had put up for bond is his Floyd County Law Complex, known for its small-scale Lincoln Memorial and Statue of Liberty. Kahn spent 6 months on the run after disappearing before being sentenced to 12 years in prison. He was eventually captured in Honduras in early December. A prosecutor indicated that the government will try Kahn on more than a dozen charges. If convicted, he could spend the rest of his life in prison. I'm Haley Hansen.
Today is the Battle of the Bluegrass. Number 16 Kentucky hosts Louisville in men's basketball. UK head coach John Calipari is hoping to follow a loss to UCLA with a rivalry win against the Cards.
You're playing a game after a loss. You're playing a game after Christmas. Let's see how we perform.
Cal also took time to compliment Louisville interim coach David Padgett, saying he's put the Cards in a good position. Yesterday, Padgett discussed UK and what will likely be his final press conference prior to the game.
They've got a lot of guys that can shoot threes. They're making over 8 threes a game. They pass the ball extremely well.
Tip-off is at 1 this afternoon. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
There's a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Is still available, and if you're transferring to CU, you receive priority enrollment. Catch up or begin your journey on January 17th. Your time is now at Campbellsville University. Visit us online at campbellsville.edu for more information. And if you're transferring in, campbellsville.edu/transfer.
7:30 at WCLU, 21 degrees. Ray Stajic says we're going to get into single digits by the time New Year's Day gets here. We'll check in with Ray in just a couple of minutes. Let's turn to local sports. Basketball from yesterday in girls action. It was Allen County Scottsville 54, Lecanto, Florida 9. Monroe County 52, LaRue County 41, and Edmonson County 62, Jeffersontown 24. Boys action from last night, Todd Central over Allen County Scottsville 59-50. It was Caverna Downing Nelson County 66-48. Hart County over Portland Christian 89-68. Jeffersontown 63, Evanston County 56. Berea 84, Metcalfe County 61, and then Metcalfe came back in the second game of the doubleheader and defeated Beth Haven 64-40. In high school basketball tonight, Glasgow hosts Barron County for a 15th District girl-boy doubleheader. This is going to be at Scotty Gym, with the girls playing first at 6 o'clock. You can join Joe Myers, Larry Alexander, and Bruce Tribune for the live coverage of both games beginning at 5:50 on Light 102.3, on 1490 WCLU, and online at playwclu.com. And a very special event coming up tonight as well before the tip-off of the Crosstown Rivals basketball matches. There's going to be a chili dinner and an auction. All the proceeds from this chili dinner and auction will go to help the family of Spencer Bradley, and so that's coming up tonight in between 5 and 7 o'clock before the Glasgow Barron County game. Chili dinner, proceeds going to help the family of Spencer Bradley. So I want to make sure that you're aware of that. Another girl-boy doubleheader. Evanston County welcomes Franklin Simpson. Boys action, Allen County Scottsville hosts Russellville. Monroe County continues their participation in the Meyer Holiday Classic at Bowling Green High School, and Caverna faces Shelby County at Nelson County High School. In girls' games, Allen County Scottsville continues play at home in the South Central Bank Halton Classic, and Monroe County plays another game in the Banker Hardwood Classic at Russell County High School. And that's a check of local sports. And enjoy celebrating birthdays on Saturday with Sandra Helsley, Donna Ray, Naomi Edmonds is 88, and Dalton Johnson is 22 on Saturday. Anniversaries, the golden wedding anniversary, number 50, for Mark and Marla Davis. Teddy and Carolyn Lane with a wedding anniversary. And Vicki and Bruce Jones, number 36, on Saturday. And let's flip over here to the Sunday list that we know about so far, including, get this page to switch here, Wayne Wilson. Judy Loden has a birthday on Sunday. It's Denise Wells, Steve Robertson, Betty Barrick, and Darla Hester. I think that we are up to date on that. 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. Or online at WCLUradio.com. Thanks to Ralphie's. And we're going to be having a winner from Dairy Queen today for a delicious cake and a winner from Greer's Florist for a beautiful rose. And don't forget, too, that we are patting on the back by special request. Christopher Garman. Yes, it's Christopher Garman Day here on the radio. He's 11 today. And some folks says, you know, we got to pat that youngster on the back and let him know he's good as gold. So there we go. From his friends here at WCLU and a little taste o' Texas.
We want to take this opportunity to wish.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky.
I'll start
My
each day with a
parents started
smile.
this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
We're here to add some more birthdays and anniversaries. First of all, it's a Sunday. Let me tell you about Ron Bowman. Ron's a good fella, and he's having a good birthday. Miss Delcy called up to wish Ron Bowman a happy birthday from all the folks at their church. Thank you, Mark. And also, we have an anniversary on Sunday for Steve and Belinda Coulter. Steve and Belinda Coulter have an anniversary on Sunday. We got a 58th birthday today. Number 58 for John Allen. Happy 58th birthday to John Allen today. I believe we're up to date, but Mark's on the phone over there. We'll come right back. We got some tidbit news to do here in a minute.
If you find yourself... We'll be back, including Jamie, who shared that you must answer its call.
Jamie, McRib is back. You posted, and we answered.
McRib is back. Answer its call for a limited time, only at McDonald's.
Nothing comes before coffee.
How can I help you, gentlemen?
That's why we're introducing a whole new line of espresso drinks from McCafe.
Do you drop your change in the bottom of your purse? Did you know that loose change could help someone struggling to pay their electric bill? The Glasgow EPB has partnered with Community Relief for a new roundup program. By agreeing to have your EPB bill rounded to the next highest dollar, the change will be provided to Community Relief to help the less fortunate here in our community. Your spare pennies can make a huge difference for those struggling to pay for their vital electricity. If you're interested in the program, please call the Glasgow EPB at 651-8341.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel...
Saturday. Now, let's see. On Sunday, I need to add an anniversary for Wayne and Simra Shelton. That is Wayne and Simra Shelton on Saturday, I guess it is. And then we have let's see here. I got to get over here and take care. First of all, we have Sydney, Sydney Hyatt Brown has a birthday on Sunday. And I'm sorry, on today. And we also have a big birthday for Janice Turner today. Janice Turner is having a birthday. We are allowed to sound the gong for Janice today. We are indeed, so we're going to take care of that. Where is that gong? We're going to sound the gong for Janice Turner. But we cannot say what that gong is for. So you figure out the significance of the gong, but be sure and wish Janice Turner a happy birthday today.
We'll say Janice turns 40.
Okay, all right. We'll get the gong on there for that.
There we go. I like Janice. She cracks me up.
All right, we got another. This is today for a teenager. Welcome to the teens. M.J. Pendleton is 13 today. Yes, I like Janice too. I was just making sure I got M.J. Pendleton, that I could understand that. These things are coming in fast, which we like that. M.J. Pendleton. See if I can write that down quickly.
With a quickness.
That's right, for nobody that has to read my writing. Okay, I got a lot of papers here. I don't want to forget anybody's birthday, so...
John Garrett finally understands. He said, when I said that Janet was turning 40, he said, like, you're 29. Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly, I'm 29.
That's how it works.
I'm saying. If you believe one, you believe the other.
John's a smart fella anyway, you know.
He is.
He knows how to do that figuring up stuff.
He cracks me up.
All right, so as soon as I can find the Tidbit News sounder,
okay,
I'm going to hit the Tidbit News button. And it's amazing how many things I can lose around here.
You and me, buddy.
In a short period of time.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
All right, shall we do the tidbits?
We shall.
And go back in time and see what happens? Or what? Wait a minute. We're not going back in time to see what happens.
That was done.
What does that mean?
It means thank goodness it's Friday.
It is. That's right. And I got some. My head is in the cloud.
Mine too. I tell you what.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to snap out of it here real quick so I can do a good job on sharing some tidbits. This is an interesting story.
Okay.
Talk about having some money. New Orleans Saints rookie running back Alvin Kamara says the NFL has fined him $6,079. That's a pretty good amount of money.
Right.
For wearing Christmas-themed red cleats with white trim during last Sunday's victory over Atlanta.
What?
Did you get that?
That's ridiculous.
$6,000 he has to pay for wearing red cleats as a show of celebration for Christmas.
Wow.
Says here that let's see here. He says it's worth it because he's hoping to parlay publicly the publicity from the fine into a fundraiser to help supply athletic footwear to children whose families struggle to afford it. Many players, including Falcon star receiver Julio Jones, wore holiday-themed cleats during the pregame warm-ups last Sunday before kickoff. Kamara's red cleats were topped by a think white lining reminiscent of the trim on the Santa Claus costume, along with bells on the cleats.
Bells on the thing.
That's right.
I'll be there with bells on.
You're not going to lose track of him. And anyway, he removed the bells for the game, but he says he wanted to wear the cleats. Kamara, who gained 90 yards from scrimmage in his red shoes, says lightheartedly that his find makes the NFL look like the Grinch.
It does.
You're a mean one.
Yes, seriously. I mean, come on now. I don't know.
All right. So while we've taken care of the cleats, let's shift gears over here to, let's see, a story, well, I don't know, a story that doesn't make a lot of sense unless you are
an ancient alien.
Huh?
Yes,
unless you're an ancient alien.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark was seeing the sports today. We've got some Christmas tournaments that we reported the results for, and his alma mater high school down in Florida was played up in this tournament.
Well, actually, I don't know. I've got a few alma maters, I guess you'd say. I went to 9 different schools and 6 different high schools.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, Lecanto, I actually went from 3rd grade up until junior high, and then we transferred over to Crystal River. But the Lecanto Panthers, I was a Panther for a little while, and I got some friends down there, Barbara and Carmino and Mark Zanini and Scott, and going to wave and say hi. I think they tune in every now and then.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's Lecanto, Florida?
Yeah, it's just outside of Crystal River, which is, you might, the manatees and all that stuff on the west coast, the nature coast, they call it.
Yeah, well, I hope that they,
little tidbit there.
They got...
I think they got stomped.
They got slammed is what it was.
Yeah.
They got slammed.
I wonder what they were doing way up here. It's about a 13-hour haul there.
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe they were looking for a place to... They wanted to bring the kids to somewhere where it might be winter.
Well, maybe. Yeah.
And guess what? That was a good choice. Because it is.
Indeed.
Lecanto, Florida.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat little place. It's
the Panthers, huh?
Yeah, the Panthers. It was a green and yellow panther.
I've got to give a shout out to Jeff Gibson. He absolutely cracks me up. So I put the link up to the story about the roadblocks in Cave City.
Yeah.
And Jeff commented, otherwise known as "Don't take this route."
Right. Here's a tip for you.
I think it's fun. They call them safety checkpoints. Everybody knows they're
So
roadblocks.
what is it, Angela? Do they have to put that on there? Is that like a legal thing? They have to announce it? Or I always wondered why in the world they would announce where they're going to have a roadblock.
Yes, they do have to announce that.
Yeah, I thought that's kind of what that was.
It's public information where they'll be.
Gotcha. Yeah. So it's not like entrapment or whatever.
Not
at all.
Right.
Be more so entrapment if you didn't tell them.
Yeah.
Right.
Henry looks like me this morning. I'm always looking for... I can remember what we said 15 years ago to each other, but I cannot find my shoes in the morning.
Well, I was trying to find who was it that beat Lecanto, Florida.
It started with an M. I might have been Monroe. Was it Monroe? Did they play them?
I think maybe it was Metcalf County.
It might have been.
I've got my sports here stacked up for the next time I have to read it, which is not for a little while, so it's on down the stack.
It's shuffled down to the bottom of the pile.
All right, forget all that. Let's get back to the tidbit news.
Okay.
This is for you, Angela, because, it's for you because there's a girl misbehaving in this story.
So what are you trying to say?
Well, I'm just saying you might want to give the perspective.
Okay.
Authorities say an intoxicated Dallas woman on a first date with a prominent Houston trial lawyer caused about $300,000 in damage to his art collection.
Okay.
Including 2 Andy Warhol paintings.
I've had first dates like that where I wanted to do that.
The girl's name is Lindy Lou Lehman. Sounds something like right out of a Dr. Seuss book to me.
It does. Yeah.
Lindy Lou Lehman was arrested last weekend on criminal mischief charges after her date with Anthony Busby. She was released on a $30,000 bond. The prosecutor said that Busby told investigators that Ms. Lehman got too intoxicated on their date, so he called her an Uber after they returned to his home. Mr. Busby says that Ms. Lehman refused to leave and hid inside of the home.
What?
And then, and that when he found her and called a second Uber, she got aggressive.
When he found her.
Look, pal, You ain't getting 2 rides out of
That's
here.
right, that's right. Authorities said that she tore down several paintings and poured red wine on some while yelling obscenities.
I mean, I'm not justifying her behavior. I'm not saying that damaging someone's property is good. But as a single woman who goes on first dates, I can understand her frustration.
Look, from the standpoint of a bachelor's standpoint, I'm not a bachelor, but when I was, that's about every breakup I ever went through.
Probably because you acted dumb and they had to do something.
Oh, man.
Well, let me keep going here. She also allegedly threw 2 $20,000 sculptures across the room and shattered them.
He should have provoked her.
I'll take that back. I never had $20,000 when they left. It was usually like I didn't have a can of Beanie Weenies or a fork to eat them with.
The damaged Warhol paintings were each valued at $500,000.
Now the Andy Warhol, I love Andy Warhol, so she probably should have left those.
Yeah, that's a party foul.
That's right. Pour wine on them. Let's just ruin them.
I'm just saying, dating nowadays can be frustrating.
Look, there's a bunch of guys out there that are going, right, exactly. Look, I can totally identify.
Well, I don't feel sorry for them.
Well, they're not all innocent, but
So anyway, you don't want to have that happen to you if you can avoid it, and that's the reason why I was asking Angela how to avoid it.
How do you avoid it?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm still trying to figure that out myself.
Don't be stupid, huh?
That's right. Hide in the closet. Pour wine on the paintings.
I mean, I don't know. A lot of people, when you before you go out on a first date, they're on like their whole best behavior thing.
Yeah.
And then you get out with them, and you're like, oh wow.
Well, yeah, I always say that when you meet somebody, you meet their representative. You meet the dude that they think that you want to see.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then later on, you get to meet the real person. They bring him out.
And the worst is like their photoshopped picture online. You're like,
oh my God.
Wow, he's cute, and then in person, you're like, oh wow, you're not.
Yeah,
that's right.
I have to
trying to figure out the angle that picture was taken from.
Joke.
It's not hard to
or
do.
who it was taken up.
How's this for a switch in position in story number 3? A suburban Chicago woman who crusaded against gambling for decades has won $25,000 by playing a sweepstakes game.
You're lying.
At a gambling cafe.
See?
Kathy Gilroy told the Chicago Tribune that while it's ironic that she won the sweepstakes, the distinction is that she didn't spend her own money to gamble.
Oh, my
Nothing better.
Lord.
She said she participated in other sweepstakes and won prizes, including electronics and trips to the Bahamas and California. She said she enters because they're free of charge under state law. When she won the latest one, she says she called a pastor friend asking, should I send it back? What do I do? Do I donate it? And she said that her pastor told her, don't feel guilty. You just got paid for all of your volunteer work against gambling.
What?
I don't believe that explanation.
What?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it's okay, Angela. I don't know if you can see it on here. I photoshopped this picture of me just for a good time.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, this is totally not representative of my body.
I'll show you one I've got on my phone. I won't put it out there like that.
They actually have an app. I have an app on my phone. It's called Manly. Guys, you can download this.
Guys, don't download it.
No, don't. And really, it's shameful. You can put on tattoos, and you can put muscle underneath your clothing, the definition, and you can change your body type completely, just shrinking in your waist. And I actually created that picture right there out of me.
And then when you meet this guy in real life, you're like, what happened?
Well, this is what Angela taught me this. She said what's going to happen is that girl will be catfished.
Exactly. That is a super catfish.
I had no idea what it was until she told me what it was.
Mm-hmm. Yes, catfishing is real, folks. The struggle is real.
I don't know if you can see on my screen there, but that's...
No, I can't see it on your screen at all. I can't see my screen, much less yours.
Oh, yeah, you've got the window between it.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, I'll check it out, all right? And that's what we have here in the way of tidbit news. Yeah, that looks like... the only thing about that, it looks like it's on a beach in Florida. That's as close as that gets to you.
It was Cozumel, actually.
Okay.
Well, of course, you can be anywhere. I was in Fiji.
Yeah.
That's what I was traveling to Fiji that day in my private jet.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, that's right. Put that in your blog.
That's right.
We'll have more on, I guess Monday.
Yeah.
Shouldn't financial advice focus on you? I can help you plan for your financial future. From life insurance to investment products, I'm Anthony Myatt, your Modern Woodman representative in South Central Kentucky. Call me today at 427-6807 to start the conversation.
Get to know your local
when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits?
Drive in Glasgow. Well, don't forget that today we are patting on the back by special request Christopher Garman. Christopher Garman, who is 11 today. And we want to make sure you know that he's good as gold from his friends here at WCLU and a little taste of Texas. We are rounding out the hour right here because we got to move forward to the live and local 8 o'clock morning edition here on WCLU, and we certainly hope that you will join us for that and spend the day with us right here on WCLU as we look forward to keeping you informed as we head into a holiday weekend. We want to make sure that you're aware of the things going around in the community, and we're going to be plugging that in all throughout the day here on WCLU. Stay with us.